Okay, so today we will start Identity Now modules. As before, we have already seen the focus on governance and the specific uh, importance of Identity Now, security risk, and everything. So today we will start the Identity Now module. Let me share my screen real quick.
Okay.
You can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Now I can see.
Okay. So as in the previous class also, I have told that there are five identity now modules where four are the main module and five that is password management is optional. So I have already discussed about access certifications. We will start with access certification.
Okay.
So um, hear it and listen to this very, very, very carefully. Whenever anyone will tell you that what is access certification is defined as the review process for all user access right across your organization. This means that for an user considering if he is an admin user, then the access for that user should be reviewed by his manager after every 90 days.
Every
Okay,
90 days. Okay. Mhm.
yeah, that I have told you. And if a user who is considered as a normal or a standard user, so the standard user access review should be reviewed or the decision take should be taken to approve his access or revoke his access after every 180 days. This is the normal access review part. As and when required, it can be also done after every 30 days as per the requirement of client. Okay. Hello. 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 Are you there, Virendra? Yeah, Virendra, are you there? Do I lost you? Hello. Hello. Yeah. Both requires authentication. How do I authenticate? I am not able to find any. See, I have sent you an email. Did you get that email? I have just now, no, not, no, not just now, not from my email ID. See? Yeah, refresh it. And confirm me if you have got it. Okay. Hello.
No, 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 no. Actually, before that, I was just, using my phone. Now, actually, I asked my wife to give me your tablet.
Oh, fine. At least your wife shared it, her tablet. Uh,
Yes.
okay. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, yes, yes. It's a big actually. Now it's very good.
Okay, great. Now, uh, what is access certifications? Say, for example, can you please keep yourself on mute?
Sorry, can I?
Yeah, can you please keep yourself on mute? There is lot of background
Okay,
noise. Okay. Um, Whenever you have any question, just you can unmute yourself and then you can ask. Let me tell you about access certification. Listen it very carefully because it is very important and you will get a lot of interview questions from this. Say suppose your organization has given you certain applications to access. One application is Outlook. Another application is Ultimatics. Another application is ETMS. All are TCS applications. Outlook O365, ETMS, that is the card tool for TCS. Then you have the G Speed application. Then you have the say for example Media Assist application. Everything, and you are holding a good position. That is, you have been given the admin rights for the highest capability of in your particular system or in your particular organization. So your organization or your manager will check for every 3 months, do you actually need the access or not? Because say you do not require the access for mediclaim. Say suppose you are out from the mediclaim and you told the mediclaim team, I am out and I do not require access. And also you do not require the ETMS application. Say suppose you have your own card and you do not require your uh, your ETMS application. Now this means your access for this application is actually not required. Okay, that means giving this access to these applications would be a waste, and it is just taking wasting resources, wasting money, everything. So in order to do your particular access recertification, your manager would revoke your access for these two applications. Whereas he will approve your access for Outlook, for GSpeed, and for Ultimatix after 90 days because you would require that access for lifelong. So every 90 days, there should be an access recertification to review the process of the user access rights across your organization. Understood my point? Any question?
No, Pratik. Yeah, cool.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I said it's okay. Yeah, continue. Yeah, all
Yeah,
go, all good.
all good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Second is access request and approvals. Access request enable users to request the access they need for their jobs and enforce the approval defined by your organization. As I have also mentioned you that mentioned you previously that say suppose Virender is requesting an access for a new application which is mm, the Udemy access, for example, which is there in Ultimatix, and also he is changing his location from Noida to say outside of India, in say in New Jersey, TCS. So Virender will perform an access request, means Virender will request access to give his access permission so that he can work from the New Jersey office location from, he has to also mention the date, say from August 1st, for example, and he also requires the access for the application of Udemy to uh, continue one of his course, say identity and access management in Azure. In that case, what he would do, first he would go to his Ultimatix write summary. There is an application called write summary in Ultimatix where anyone can request for access. So Virender will go to the write summary in Ultimatix portal and request an access to change his office location and that from which date you mentioned there. And also he will request an access to the Ultimatix uh, iEvolve or My Learning Community or Nomax or anywhere and request an access for Udemy to pursue his uh, further certification education. Now, these two access will go to different people. For the Udemy, this access will go to his directly his manager, the talent development team's BU HR, who is responsible to give the access, and his manager, who needs to approve, showing a valid reason that this person or Virender needs an access to Virender needs an access for Udemy to pursue his certification. And for the right summary, it would be an automated provisioning. That access when Virender has raised would go directly to an automated server asking that Virender has requested for an access to work on this particular location, that is on New Jersey, right from the date of 1st of August. At that point, Virender's one or the project allocated one is also showing from the project resource management that from 1st of August 2024, Virender is allocated to New Jersey cybersecurity one. Say suppose for example. So that means that 2024 August 1st is an evidence proof of Virender that he has been allocated to that New Jersey one. Once he has been allocated to that New Jersey one, then obviously that particular person's access should also be granted so that he can go to the office of New Jersey and can work from there. This is called automated provisioning in write access queue. Any question?
No, Pratik. Yeah,
Yeah.
whenever we are.
Mm.
Hmm.
You understood everything?
Yes,
And
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
and you have to also read this thoroughly. Very important. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, access
yeah,
request approval.
yeah. User can search and request from a rich catalog of access with business friendly description. You can now keep yourself mute and because there is a lot of background noise. When I will ask any question or you have any question, you can unmute and ask. Okay. Yeah. Users can search and request from a rich catalog of access with business-friendly description. The access request process is simplified with approval processes defined on an access itself. Once a request is made, it can be tracked as it is approved and provisioned. Very important. Means once you made a request to change your location, it would be tracked to the right summary access in TCS so that in TCS and mm, it is approved and provisioned. Means it should be approved. Approved means someone should uh, someone should give the permission to make it work, and provisioned means this should be actioned. Provision is nothing but action. The action taken for a particular job is called provision. Automated provisioning. So automated provisioning is the one that I have told you previously. It is nothing but the provisioning which happened without manager's approval, and it is already through some system based. That is called automated provisioning. Like user provisioning provides automated lifecycle management for all identities across your organization. This means user provisioning means an user when joins the company, it provides and means in an organization. This is an automated provisioning that when an user joins a company, say suppose Virender has joined PCS. By default, Virender will have some birthright provisioning. What is birthright provisioning? Birthright means birth and right means when we when we when a baby is born, he or she has certain right. That exactly is the thing that when an person joins an organization, he has he should exercise certain right or rights. What are the rights that he should exercise?
Yeah, yeah, Pratik. Yeah, Pratik. This concept a little bit I know. A
Yeah.
birthright access means like whenever a new person join,
Hmm.
after automated provisioning, he can get like email access, some chat box like Teams or like any Google Chat access, some share drive. Uh, the
Ultimate access, the company portal access,
right,
the
right, right. Basics.
the all the basic access of an employee that should be given to him as a part of organizational policy. Okay,
Right, 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 right,
right.
right. Yeah.
So this is one thing which is is followed by an user provisioning module or user provisioning process. Okay, yeah. Separation of duty, very, very, very important. You have to learn it by heart and you have to understand the logic. Splitting tasks into multiple parts and requiring more than one person to complete them helps prevent fraud and keeps your organization compliant. I have told you before, a person who is working on the MIS of, say, TCS, of say TCS, TCS employee could not have the access to see and TCS employees pay slip. This is called segregation of duty or separation of duty. This means a person should have a task, particular task, and should, that task should not coincide with another task which would be a matter of concern. Here is splitting task into multiple parts. This means the separation of duty means splitting the task, um, splitting all the tasks into multiple parts, means into small parts and requiring more than one person to complete them, help prevent fraud and keeps your organization compliant. So there should not be any contradiction. It also helps to reduce potential malicious behavior for high risk and sensitive tasks. Use separation of duty to set up the policy and identity. Now take care of the rest. The development team should use the separation of duty policy, and then it should be stored. This policy or this group policy should be stored in identity. Now mm, who will perform the rest through his application uh, features. Like it will maintain regulatory compliance, it will discover and fix potential conflicts of interest, and it will prevent fraud and data theft. If they come up with with any sort of question like what is separation of duty, you have to tell this very means make them understand and describe this in a very proper manner. Okay, this is very important. Very important means very important. In almost 95% of the case, you will be asked, do you have any knowledge about separation of duties, and you have to tell them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, Pratik. Yeah. Got it.
Mhm. Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me Let me check for any other notes for separation of duties so that I can tell you. Just give me a minute, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. A very common example of separation of duties is that suppose you are an user in the organization or you are a team lead of an organization and I am under your supervision means you are my supervisor and you have another person say X who is your supervisor. So you can approve my access but you cannot approve your own access. You can approve my leave, but you cannot approve your own leave. That is called separation of duties. Means separating the task on the basis of duty that one person doesn't have to do he doesn't have the right to perform his own self certifications or self duties as a part to prevent fraud and compliance. Got my point?
Yeah, yeah, I got your point. Yeah, now I can understand.
You cannot approve your leave, otherwise what will happen that if this would have happened then without anyone's consent people will take leave and then can approve his or her own leave. That would not. So there in the organizational front to keep your organization compliant. This separation of duties concept has been taken. Okay. Now we will move to password management. The password management is an add-on module that provides user with an intuitive interference to manage and reset passwords. As I have told earlier also, if you forget your password, if you want to reset your password, if there is any issue with your password, there is no requirement, no need to go to the help desk, raise the ticket, anything. It is all self-automated feature that has been given in the identity now and also in service now automated feature where there would be a link. The link or the URL will take you to one site and ask you for some authentication. The authentication is for that give, you have to put it in your email ID, you have to put your date of birth. It will authenticate. Then it will authenticate, then authorize, and once it will authorize, then it will take you to another page. That page where it will ask you to provide a new password. You have to confirm the new password and then you have to submit it. Once that is done, your reset of password or your new password is generated or it got set. Got it? This is this you have already done in some of the previous application features as well. We always do it in the banking application or in any other application in day-to-day life or in Gmail email or in Gmail, Yahoo, any other in a day-to-day life. We always do. Okay. Understood?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Uh, any question in this regard? Anything? Because this is the one that will that needs to be learned from the beginning because this is very important from the client.
No, Pratik. Yeah, yeah. That is fine. Yeah, this is a basics introduction about the SailPoint identity now,
Hmm.
which are more. There are four key points mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So this is the additional module for the additional licensable modules available company that are at different stages of their identity security journey have options when deciding their identity security needs. This means in an organization as per the project, the project can decide what are the licensable module that they will opt for. Based on that licensable module that they want, they can purchase it from SailPoint. That these are the licensable module that we want. For example, in my process, we have the access certification, recommendation, access modeling, access insight, and access request and separation of duties. These are all access risk management. These are all that is in my module. There is no SaaS management. There is no automated provisioning. There is no file access management. These are the things that there is no because it is paid as per you use. So now we will check for the understanding. Which of these is considered to be one of the one of the four critical objective of identity security?
Which one is the most? Sorry, can you repeat once
Yeah,
more?
which of these is considered to be one of the four critical objectives for identity security?
Okay. Deliver fast and efficient access for your organization.
Correct. Okay. With access certification, managers can approve or revoke access as a part of centralized governance program.
Yes, true.
Okay. Now we are coming into a very important part, that is identity now multi-tenant architecture. Okay. Or the SaaS architecture.
Okay, okay, huh.
Okay. Can you tell me that can you just tell me what is SaaS?
SaaS is a cloud platform. Full form I forgot right now, but SaaS is a completely cloud platform.
Uh, yeah, means what does it do? Okay. Uh,
Full form I'm
okay.
not
Okay.
sure now.
Okay. Let me tell you. Um, SaaS is nothing but it is a software as a service. Hmm? So this is just an cloud-based applications over the internet. So whenever you use a software, from it will directly connect with the cloud, and then you can use the software. A very common example of SaaS is O365 or Office 365, which is a cloud-based service. Got it?
Can you repeat once more, Pratik?
Okay. SaaS is a uh, for, SaaS is a software as as a service which you use for pay as you use service. So SaaS full form is software as a service. The
Oh, so yes. Software as a services.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
so that means this is an cloud based application over the over the internet, which is spread over the internet for all cloud based application, and you just go ahead and pay on a subscription basis and use from the cloud service provider. Got it?
Yeah, yes. Got it now.
Yeah, and a very common example of SaaS is Outlook 365.
Yes. Oh, 365. Okay, yep.
Did have you ever used Outlook 365?
Yes. Outlook 365. Yes, we need to just log in the cloud, Microsoft Cloud, and then we can access our emails.
This means that our company given has
They are
uh,
using the cloud license as a software.
correct. And this is the reason our company has given some payment to use the cloud-based application for this software, and so that we can access Microsoft O365 in our company installed machine. Okay. So identity now is built from the ground up using microservices. What is microservices? Very important. You have to understand this thing. Do you know what is
About
microservice?
multi-tenant okay.
No, no. Multi tenant is coming in the latter part. What is microservices?
Okay, microservices.
Yeah.
As per the name, micro and services, I can just segregate, but right now, example is not coming in my mind.
That as per the name, you can understand that it microservices are nothing but it segregates all the application into small parts with each having its own part of responsibility.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, the services which are having their own responsibility. Okay,
Yeah.
like in printing, print spooler services, if I can just give an example, I'll smaller.
The integration of service, the domain service,
Government service.
microservice, yeah, the unit of microservice and API, REST API, Kubernetes, SOAP, SOAP versus REST API, SOAP API, REST API. These are all microservices. Okay, that is microservices is called nothing but a collection of mm, applications or services. Okay. So as a multi-tenant software as service architecture, identity now requires minimal infrastructure overhead. That means that means what is happening is that identity now is using microservices and also multi-tenant. What do you mean by tenant? Do you know what is the meaning of tenant in English term?
Can you speak a little bit loud, Pratik?
Okay. Do I am speaking very loud, but I am not able to understand that why you are not able to hear me. Am I loud and clear?
Now it's clear.
Okay. What is tenant?
Tenant means like a and it's an end user, and tenant means like who wanted to use the services, who want to take in the services.
Correct. Got it. So as a multi-tenant means we are using different services or we are paying for different services as a part of tenant. This tenant is nothing but who doesn't own a house but uh, just um, hire a home uh, to live. Okay.
Yes, yeah, okay, got it, huh?
Okay. So in this scenario, the we means the identity now is built from using microservices and here no one owns an application, but they are using the application as a pay as you go service on a as a multi-tenant SaaS architecture or using different software as service in a multi-tenant architecture. An identity now requires minimal infrastructure overhead. Means it only requires a very small infrastructure overhead because it is based on cloud. That means an important thing is like it does not require any infrastructure cost at all because in on the on-premise you have to have a device, you have to have some hardware connectivity, some hardware some particular hardware devices connected with each other. But in this cloud option, there is no requirement of the infrastructure in terms of device, hardware, anything, because it is using the software that is stored in the cloud as a cloud-based application. Got it? Got my point? Understood?
Yep.
Yeah. You can securely deploy and administer identity services from our SailPoint Identity Security Cloud platform. Here is a short video that video is your responsibility to see. We will not waste time. Just I am explaining you what is this architecture that is going on. So
Okay.
have you had a chance to go through this e-learning properly and got this certificate or no? If no,
Come.
if yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I created an ID. I just watched, I think, topics. Right now, it's four topic is going on. I think I went out six till six. I think so.
Okay, okay. But going through that will not help. You have to understand the logic, and you have to register all these particular point into your head that we are discussing about ourselves, so that you can have a clear idea when you will be presenting the RFP or the request for proposal to client. Okay.
Sure, you got it. Yeah, got your point. Huh?
Now, you can keep yourself mute. Yeah. Microservices architecture is a method of developing software application as a suite of independently deploying small modular service. As I have told, microservices are nothing but a collection of services. So this is what they are telling, that microservices architecture is a method of developing software application as a suite of independently deployable small modular service. These are the small modular applications that is being deployed in the identity now. You can see here account aggregation, identity processing, search indexing, provisioning processing. These are the main, these are the some of the example of microservices in SailPoint Identity now. There are many benefits associated with a microservices architecture. What is important to remember is that microservices focuses on single job, such as loading account, managing separation of duties, performing a search. That means you can see here in identity now, there the big services has been segregated into multi-services, and they are currently doing their own job. So what is account aggregation? Can you tell me what is account aggregation?
Account which we aggregation means account which we are creating and then providing an creation of accounts like user ID and like whenever a new employee is joining.
Ex-
So
Exactly.
yeah, and like I have a team like 10 members has been joined. So I just need to fill up some form so that and the support person like I'll consider a SailPoint team fill like taken a data from there like uh, in which manner I forgot that word, and then they will create an ID and password for them. It's I think account aggregation.
Account aggregation is a process in identity security cloud which uses all the data of identities and load the account data from a source into identity security cloud. Got it?
Okay, yeah, it will take in a data now later on.
It will it will use all the data and load it in the SailPoint from the source. Means SailPoint is a destination, the source is some other application. It may be connected or it may be delimited, it may be disconnected, anything. But it may be an web service. So suppose um, a source of out a source, suppose Ultimatics. Ultimatics is a source. Ultimatics has a direct connection with SailPoint. Uh, so Ultimatics data of employees get fetched or loaded into SailPoint identity now as a part of account aggregation process, and the account aggregation process being uh, completed on that particular time of that scheduled activity. Got my point?
Yeah, I got your point now.
Okay. So these are the important features. You can understand microservices are designed to eliminate downtime. This means, as you can understand that as there are small applications working on different platform in the identity now for different module. So microservices eliminate downtime. That means if there is, you can see in the diagram also, there if there is one microservices not available or two microservices being disabled or more than two etc microservices are not disabled, that doesn't mean that there is a complete stoppage of work scenario. In other microservices are still working. So this is the best benefit of microservices. Okay. Most services have a startup behavior. If the services goes down, it would automatically be restarted and monitoring team would be alerted. Means if there is any services, this is very important. Just keep it in mind because in BAU daily activity, this will come into play. That you if there is any microservices that gets automatically um, down, then there would be a downtime notification that would come in the SailPoint support email DL, where you will understand by getting to see that there are certain microservices that has been down. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, mhm.
Hmm. Okay. Important. Identity now incorporates a fairness algorithm that determines how much each tenant can process relative to its size. So, identity now has an inbuilt program or inbuilt algorithm in it where it has the determination to process it has the determination to process the algorithm sorry the that each that how much work activity each tenant can process relative to its size. Okay, these ensure that a small and a large tenant gets their equivalent shares of shared processing effort. Means these are, say, suppose these are the small microservices where this is a small tenant, this is a large tenant. So identity now has this ability or has this algorithm installed or inbuilt in it where it can particularly determine that these large tenant can process a much more shared equivalent work activity than these small tenants, which will be able to process a small amount of activity because of its size.
Okay.
Now we will come to auto scaling. Auto scaling increases the number of available processing resources in response to heavy loads. That means auto scaling, what does auto scaling does? It increases the number of available processing resources in response to heavy loads. In this diagram, see, first we have only four, five, 6 to 7 microservices or the resources. Now there is a heavy load coming from other resources and from other SailPoint user access. Now auto scaling is with the help of auto scaling um, features, it will distribute this heavy load into another four extra resources that it will add simultaneously as a part of auto scaling feature.
Yeah, yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Hmm. And keep it means keep it in your mind also that um, so it will help to process the customers data more efficiently in a more quick manner, and it will reduce the cost as well, because the effort will be reduced as a part of auto scaling, where more resources will come into play. No, auto scaling is nothing but in today's world is an AC when AC when the outside temperature is very hot and humid, then it will automatically due to its, artificial technology, it will automatically increase the is cooling effect and uh, make more applications work as a part of small module microservices, so that it will be cooled more efficiently at the same time. You have seen those advertisements.
Advertisement. This one, the force support feature.
No, no, the example that I have just gave, like have you seen the advertisement for AC that say for example Lloyd LG has introduced
Yes,
this
yes, yes,
feature?
yes, 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 sir.
That is the features of just like auto scaling. It will uh, when the outside temperature is is much more than the normal temperature, then to cool it effectively within a small span of time, it will increase the number of resources or the number of microservices or the small modules of applications, so that cooling will be more effectively and will be more fast.
Yeah, got it. Huh?
Okay. Now, very important point. When we will finish our session, then please go through it quickly today only. Important point is virtual application. Very important point. What is virtual application? Virtual application is a self-contained virtual machine.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in SailPoint Identity IQ, what we use is a source. The source is the source is mainly the say suppose real source. But in identity now, we will be using virtual appliance which is a self-contained virtual machine. Means it will act, it will just act as an virtual machine only. That means there is no existence of the hardware machine or the physical machine. It will be just as a part of virtual machine in the cloud. Okay,
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Virtual appliances like but virtual appliances will be provided by the SailPoint Cloud team only. Yeah.
correct. So the virtual appliance or VA enables this data communication between your identity now tenant. Means this identity now, this is, see, this is cloud. This is identity now task processing engine on the, or the identity now task server. This is the virtual appliance or the connector, means the source. So here they are saying that this enables data communication between identity now tenant and sources between your IT environment. Now, what will happen? Hello, are you there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm here. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Some
Now,
data is transferring. Yeah.
this is a virtual appliance where all the sources are enabled, or the cloud connector gateway is there. Now, now the job will get communicated, or with the data will get communicated, will get transferred to this identity now task processing engine as a part of task server. It will help to get communicate, and when it will be lined up here as a part of job, here as a part of this thing, and it will go when the when this job will finish, then this job will go there. When again this job will finish, this job will go there. So if there is a continuous flow. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Just a minute, just a minute. Sorry. Yeah. I will make you understand this particular point. So that you will be able to understand this thing. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Okay. Identity now is the identity now task processing engine or task processing server is here. This is cloud. This is our virtual appliance or the cloud connector gateway or the connectors. Now, what will happen? See here, in this virtual appliance is connected with database, cloud, on-premise, and other devices. All are connected to cloud application only. These are all connected to cloud application. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, now see very now see this. One example. Let me find a particular example. Okay. A very good example is Virender is going out uh, from TCS India to TCS International. Now, in that case, Virender's access should be given as Virender Shayan in bracket international. Say, for example, TCS International. So, so an access certification has been generated to Virender's manager for this month or for the month of say July end, that Virender's access for email ID name should be Virender TCS New Jersey. For example, let's take this example. Now currently Virender access is Virender TCS India. So this access certification mm, has been has been given this task to process through identity now. Identity now will communicate with virtual machine. Here is the virtual machine which has the enterprise connectors and custom connectors. It will communicate with virtual machine in in res, mm, uh, as in response to the virtual machine, it will communicate, this virtual machine will communicate to the databases where Virendra's name should be updated from Virender India to Virender New Jersey. So this job will be means these these virtual machine will fetch the tables where Virendra's name is there, and it will be fetched in this connector, and this connector will have this Virendra's particular name as Virender International when he would be going to the to the on-site. Now identity now will process the in the to task processing engine, it will process the machine, it will process Virendra's request to change his name from Virender India, TCS India to Virender TCS New Jersey, and then it will pass the data or communicate through this virtual appliance, and again it will send it to the other database along with ServiceNow integration, ServiceNow integrated or anywhere outside this to update the process. This is what happens here as a part of virtual appliance and identity now. The data communication happens. Uh, Got my point?
Yes, I got your point. Huh.
when it works between the two, always remember that they works as a part of this in the encrypted version. Means when this data will go from here to the network perimeter as a part of data security, it will encrypt and it will encrypt the message, and then when it will go to there as a part of cloud connector, then it will decrypt the message so that the um cloud connector gateway or enterprise connector and custom connector can check the message what it is sending, but between these it will encrypt the message. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, as a part of, means this will not come into your job role, but as a part of setting up the VA, you have to set up the VA and establish the connection with the other SailPoint sources or the other SailPoint connectivity, like database, on-premise, on-premise applications such as ServiceNow, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. This is very important, Virender. You have to go through this and ask me any question related to this. Otherwise, we will not be able to make your understanding. And also, while you are learning, make a notepad and make a note through diary, and then learn. It will help you to remember for a long time. Okay.
Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, got it.
Mm,
Yeah, I'll do that.
yeah.
And I'm doing cluster A1, A2.
You see here, virtual appliances always are deployed in cluster as per the network requirement. So when you consider the network requirement or the particular network of resources that is required in through this cloud, it will the cluster would be segregated to cluster A1 and A2, A3, A4, so on and so forth. It is always an uh, programmable cluster feature. I will tell you the uh, descriptive way. Okay, Virender, do you know any, and do you have any knowledge about pseudo load balancing?
No, 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 not,
Acha,
not have.
acha.
Uh,
Hmm. So, what is load balancing? What exactly do you mean by load balancing?
Load balancing is, dividing the load whenever, the load, like sometime like one task coming on one particular device and it's increasing and it's not able to handling, then it's load balancer is dividing this task to another one processor or another device kind of thing.
Exactly, exactly. Now, what is pseudo load balancing? Pseudo load balancing is nothing but means it is a virtual load balancing, a virtual cluster load balancing. Now, as we have just said that the load is coming on a heavy work mode, and then just to balance the load, we are dividing the load into smaller parts so that the ultimate final task server can take up that load in a small bit and then process. This is exactly what is being happened over here. As you can see here, these in this cloud, there first first there is a huge um load. So that particular load is being divided into cluster A1 and A2, and then from A1 and A2, as a part of load balancing, work is being moved to the ultimate processing task. But again, this particular load is also being justified as heavy, and then that is again segregated into another part of the cluster, which is B1 and B2, to get the other tasks come into action for other particular tasks. We are using another cluster so that these tasks should not have any usage of the data. Say, for example, database and on-premise, it has only usage of the of another task server, so the balance doesn't becomes very so the load doesn't becomes very high, and it is all a part of load balancing feature. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Your job is to go through this video and take a note of this, specifically of this video, what they are telling. Listen to it properly and ask yourself what is that, and then mark any question for me, and also mm, search in the Google that what is any particular terms that you are not able to understand. For example, pseudo load balancing or something like that.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Definitely. I'll watch this video tonight.
Yes. Yeah. So here, as a SailPoint software as service region, each tenant can be deployed in any one of the SailPoint's 8 availability zone. Availability zone are the physical location of SailPoint identity now hosting site. As you can see here, US West, CA Central, US East, EU West, EU Central, Central, AP Southeast, um, uh, AP means APAC, APAC Northeast and APAC Southeast too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
APAC. Huh?
APAC. So, so these are the eight availability zone for the sell point tenant, which can for the sell point for which each tenant can be deployed in this sell point zone, so that we can work accordingly as per your location. Okay, each represents an identity now cloud, and each zone hosts many tenants. Means in each tenant there is a cluster of multiple tenants, and all of your data once loaded into your tenant will reside in that location you select. Means if you load your data in any one of the tenant, like for CA Central, then all of your data once loaded into your tenant will reside in the location you select. Okay, will reside in that particular location that you select. Say, for example, in my case, we have selected the E the EU Central. So that has been the case for my UK project. Your company, if your company has data residency requirement, you will need to select the availability zone for your tenant based on those requirements. So what is data residency requirement? Data residency requirement means your data, all the data should be should have a permanent saved location for your organization. So your organization, if these are all a part of package, so if your company has this requirement, then you need to select the availability of the zone, means whether that zone has the ability to to make your data reside for your tenant based on those requirement. Means so your means that those tenants should have the personalized available space for you as a part of tenant to host your data and to make your data reside on those tenant. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. By directly by the John.
Hmm. This is not important, but this is very important. This we are coming. Identity now authorization levels. Can you tell me the difference between um, or the difference between authenticate and
Yeah.
authorization?
Level of authorization means like that. First of all, whenever a person is uh, taking an access of any of the application, first of all, he need to take an approval from his lead and then the application owner.
Yeah. What is the means multi-level authentication? What is authentication and what is authorization?
Okay. Okay. Authorization means like I'm allowing you to go there.
Correct.
And then authentication means like whenever you're punching, like, whenever you're accessing, like you are punching your card and swiping, and then gate is opening, like it's an authentication. It's
Mm.
authentication means like checking you are a correct person, you are all the ID and every access are in place so that I'm allowing you to go inside that application.
Yes. Authentication means the process to make your identity to a system via some user created name and user created password or some credential. That is the process of authentication.
Right.
Okay. And authorization means when you authenticate the your own self credential, then you are authorizing yourself to allow your own to allow the system to work for you as a part of your own username. That is Virender as an user or Virender as an admin, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hmm. I will not go here into deep because these are several available authorization level in identity now. So, as we have already discussed, user, organizational administrator, help desk, certification administrator, that is the manager or reviewer, report administrator. That means if there is any issue with the report, role administrator. This means if there is this means the role for which an particular employee is working. It can be a business role, it can be a IT role, it can be an entitlement role. You can see here role administrator permission allows a user to create, manage, and edit role as a search and save report from the selected pages in identity now. Means every person has separate job and no other person can do his or other job. This is very important, and this should be remembered for lifetime. That you have to go through this, that role administrator has the complete right to manage and edit role, and it and to save those reports in the identity now. This cannot be done by any other person that other than the role administrator. Source administrator The source administrator permission allows a user to create, configure, and manage and edit source and access profiles. I have told you in the first class. Also, I will be reiterating you right now that what do you mean by entitlement in identity now? Can you tell me what do you mean by entitlement?
Uh, yes, entitlement. One second. Entitlements are the data like so which I can say that which are relating like this is a user ID, this is the username, it's an email address, or all are these entitlement title.
No, Virender,
No.
no. Virender, I would say that these are very important, and we have to learn it very, very cautiously for this, because this is the basic of an SailPoint identity now, or identity IQ entitlement. I will say you listen it as a story, and you will never forget it. Okay, let me tell you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Can you just remind so that I'll connect
Yeah.
entitlement.
Entitlement. Entitlement. I will give you all this note and everything. Do not have to worry about it. Just listen to uh, uh, my discussion and my point. Listen it, and you will never forget it.
Okay. Got it. Huh.
You don't have to write it anything right now. When you will be preparing for the or before going to the onsite, then you can prepare it, or else you can prepare it today in the today afterward. But just listen to it. Entitlements specify the type of access or permissions an user has when logging into an application and an associated with an user account. Got my point?
Okay, entitlement is this. Okay. What type of
Entitle,
access?
en, Entitlements a is a feature to specify what type of access or permissions an user has when he is logging into an application. Say,
Okay.
say you are logging into Amazon. If you have a if you have a membership of Prime, then you it will be shown as Virender Prime Amazon member. When Pratik logins to Amazon, he doesn't have a membership of Prime, so it will be shown as Pratik Amazon. So this is the difference between entitlement between Pratik and Virender. That Virender has been given a specific type of permissions, that is the prime member, and Pratik is a normal user. Understood?
Okay. No. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell me what is entitlement. Tell me in your own words what you have understood. Then we'll
Okay.
clear this.
Entitlement is in a sale point. Entitlement will specify the roles, not roles. It's access.
Correct. Got it. Correct.
Yeah.
Entitlement will specify the type of access or permission.
Party of, and what is the last word?
or permissions,
Oh, permissions. Okay, okay, okay. Access and permissions.
and user has when logging into an application.
Okay, whenever user is logged in an application. Okay, got it. Yeah, clear.
Got it?
Now I'll not forget. Huh?
You will never forget. Never, never, ever you will forget. Okay. Then we'll come to identity model, and we will just have some discussion. What is identity? Tell me what is identity. What do you mean by identity? In uh, okay, what is identity? Normal.
Normal identity is a unique data with that unique specific identities for that we can identify uh, a user or access, not access like a user, like what kind of
Yeah,
uh,
only identity is a
information.
representation of a person and governance information associated with them.
Yes, yes,
Got
yes,
it?
yes. Got it.
Identity is the representation of a person and the governance information associated with them, which
Okay.
includes security relevant attributes and the current status in the organization that you don't need to tell. But if anyone asks that what do you know about what you mean by identity, the simplest thing is identity is a representation of a person and the governance information associated with it. Or if you forget governance, you can just tell and the information associated. Got it?
Information associated with the person. Okay.
Okay. Now, mm, for what is an account?
What is an account?
Yeah,
In my language, account is an wait. How
yeah.
to
You
say?
think and tell in your own language.
Yes, yes. Account is an data is not in a correct word, but account is an details by which we can decide, we can try to get an not an access like account, how to define.
Okay, I will tell you.
Uh-huh.
I Identity is a representation of person, and account is a representation of an identity.
Okay, 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 okay. Account is a representation of
An
identity.
account is a representation of an identity on a source system. Okay.
Um,
Now,
okay.
now in a story format, understand this. What is a source? A source is any type of connectors from which data is being fetched to SailPoint.
Okay. A source is any type of
Any
data
type of no, the source is any type of connectors from
connector.
where the data is being fetched to SailPoint. The source can be an integrated direct connection. For example, a direct connection means which are directly connected to SailPoint. For example, I have told you in the first class about success factor or the HRMS application, which is directly connected to SailPoint. The HRMS application is where the HR input all the employee details. I have told you. Do you
HR,
remember?
HR will, HR will, HR can get the details from success factor.
Yeah, that I have told you that means the application name is success factor. Uh, means the means say for example, um, we have different email application. Correct. We have different email application, Outlook, then Gmail, then Yahoo. We have different email application. Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, hello, are you there?
I'm listening to you. Like, yeah, I'm here. So we have I have a like official email address and Gmail address also. Yes.
No, means there are different email applications like Yahoo, Gmail, Outlook, then various other email applications are there. Okay,
Right, right, right.
right? Uh, then Redis mail, etc.
Yes,
So
yes.
here also there are many HRMS applications. Some,
Oh,
yeah, there are many HRMS applications. Some company uses Workday, some company uses SAP HR, some company uses Success Factor. Okay,
okay, okay. SAP HR or yeah, success factor. Okay.
these are these are different applications used by uh, these are different HR. These are different HRMS application used by the organization as per their convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. In your project, what is the ch- ping like messaging application that you use?
Messaging it's Teams.
In my project, we use Google Chat.
Okay, okay,
Okay, so these are all depending on your project to project.
okay.
Got my point?
Yeah, yeah. Go to your point.
Okay, okay. Uh, Now, I was saying that source. So source source system is an is an HR application which is connected to SailPoint. Okay,
Right, huh?
and the source system in 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 my project is SuccessFactors. Okay,
Yeah. Mm.
okay. Uh, right now you can understand. You can unmute and then I will tell you. So just a minute. Give me a minute, please. Taking your call. Okay. Uh, source in my project is HRMS system, HRMS application. The name of that application is Success Factor. Now, Success Factor is connected to SailPoint. In your project, the source or H of HRMS application is SAP HR, which is also connected to SailPoint. And we are a part of SailPoint team, and we are a part of SailPoint identity now. So for me, Pratik Dasgupta, the account is a representation of identity on the success factor application on the success factor system. And it is for you the account for the account for you is the representation of your identity, that is Virender Shayan on a SAP HR as a source, and both are coming to SailPoint as an account only. Got my point?
Yep, yep, yep. I got your point, huh?
Okay. Okay. Now, now I will give you an storyline description of access. Listen to it very carefully. Access defines what an user can or cannot do in your organization. Very, very, very simple point. Access define what an user do or what an user can do or cannot do in your organization.
access can be entitlements, authorizations, groups, rights, permissions, and access can also be defined through role and access profile. We will come to role and access profile in some time. Okay. Okay. Creating identity noun accounts. Now, how will you create an identity noun accounts? This is very important. An authoritative source is any third-party applications, database, or directory management system that provides a dependable list of people in your organization for whom you want to govern access. Example, what we are just only HR system. So, an authoritative source means a source of truth or the trusted source. So, an authoritative source is any third-party applications, databases, or directory management. Third-party applications means mm, success factors, SAP HR. These are all third-party applications, right? Uh, and databases means database that is stored in a small form. Like for example, for 200 or 300 data identities, or directory management. Directory management system means like a telephone directory management system which stores a large number of data. It can be any application that comes under the database that comes under the directory management system, and that provides a dependable list of people. Remembering that provides a dependable list of people in your organization for whom you want to govern access. Means it will provide a dependable list of people in your organization in, uh, for which the HR should the HR can govern the access. Means the HR has the ability to govern the access. Like the HR can change the HR is the only one person who can change your name, change your employee ID if required, change your designation, change your location, change anything. The HR can only do this thing. Otherwise, no one can do. So this is the um, authoritative source. And what is non-authoritative source? Our non-authoritative source is any system of interest where you want to manage user access by yourself. Example which include financial system and documents sharing systems such as Dropbox. So, non-authoritative system means where you have the ability, you have the right to change the uh, to, to change or manage users access, and in this the example it includes that any type of documents that share that counts to share. For example, um, Google Drive. Google Drive is a particular non-authoritative source where I can manage my own application. You can manage your own application. You can share some of the information, not some, but most of the information with me so that I can share some of the information which I want to share. So this is non-authoritative source that where you can manage users access. Got my point?
Yeah, Pratik. Yeah. Authorization and non-authorization.
Correct. To complete identity configuration means uh, the identity configuration is nothing but source configuration and identity profile. Now, what is source configuration? Source configuration means the source from which you are fetching any account, you have to configure that source. I will tell you it with example. If you see in your SailPoint, you have um, you have connected a source which is success factor or SAP agent. Now the developer team, those who have just connected the source, us to configure the source. Means what is the meaning of configuration? Means how many act means he has to go ahead and input the data like the account schema in the source. Account schema means account schema. I will again take. I have previously told, but for your own convenience, I will again take the account schema is nothing but the schema which is used for an application definition in a source. Just like there in the account schema, the data should the entitlement catalog should be the column header, just like in a file, like user ID, name, middle name, last name, email ID, then then um, uh, then type of type of provision action in the system, and so on and so forth. So in the user ID or in the user ID that would be your employee ID, which would be the primary key or the master key. The username should be your credential username. Say for example, Viren B is VIR is the first name, last name. The type of action provision means what is the access what is the access that you have. So in your case, the access should be um, prime. Say. So these are the account schema. That is access. That is user ID.
Yeah, hi Pratik. Do you have that document, like which whatever you have been explained in last 5-10 minutes? Do you
Yeah,
have that document also?
I have the document and I will share it.
Yeah, yeah. First, I just want to go through that document so that it will be easy for me to understand. Right now, it's going like something.
Uh-huh. I will.
I need to more focus on that.
You have to more focus. First of all, you have to check your understanding. Check this understanding.
Okay, okay, yeah. During implementation, customer choose where their data will be reside by selecting appropriate availability zone. Yes, true.
Right.
All tenants have access to a set of shared services. All tenants have access to all tenant. No, 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 no. All tenant shouldn't know. True. Why?
Uh,
Since all tenant are structure is the
yeah,
same,
just
they all has access a set of shared services. Okay, shared services. The correct answer was true. Okay. Okay. Yeah, since all tenants are structured the same, they all have access to a set of shared services. Shared services they can correct. Okay.
sorry, yeah, I got a call from my office. Tell me.
Yeah, not an issue.
See, you have to since all tenants are structured the same, they all have access to a set of shared services. Means when you will go through this exact particular when you will go through this exact particular uh, uh, learning course, you will find that as all the tenants here in your project are structured the same, they will have access to a set of shared services. So the answer would be true. The question over here was, where was the question gone? The question over here was all the tenants should have a should have access to shared services for the structured one. So that would be true. Okay, and I would request you, all tenants must have the same number of identities.
All tenants must have the same number of identities. Yes, true. According to the previous question, it should be true.
No, it can be small. The all tenants. I have told you previously that the tenants might have might depends on the size. There might be small size. There might be large size. As per your answer, I am pressing true, but it should be false.
Okay, very, very depending. Okay, got it. Now got it.
The
And
or the
organ-
or an organization admin has the ability to grant permission to the other user in identity now.
yes, true. Organization admin
Yeah, has the ability to grant permission to other user in identity now. This
means
is,
ident.
yeah, true. Because he is the organization admin. He has the greatest capability. Okay,
Okay,
got it?
yeah, got it. Huh?
Tell me, users with the blank with the dash authorization level are limited to accessing a user's basic account information for the purpose of providing support.
Help desk.
Great.
Because they are providing a support only. Yeah.
Yeah. After that, I will tell you, Virender, what I was trying to provide you in a story format comes here.
Oh, okay.
So, Virender, your next job is to, mm your next job is to go till topic 5 completely, and then we will start over again tomorrow. Your next job is to go from topic 3 to topic 5 completely. And what I was all telling you in a story like format is this: authoritative, non-authoritative, then.
Now I get to know. Okay, okay, okay.
So you have to go through this. Please go through this today. Have some time out. You have to go through this till topic 5. Till topic 5 you have to go. Okay. Or else you can go till this one. This will do. This one.
Sure, sure,
Okay.
sure. Definitely. Topic 5. I'll complete that one.
Yeah, and we will again meet tomorrow at 10:30. 10:30 would be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Not. I'll ping you. So whenever you will wake up, then reply back.
No, I will provide an alarm because, yeah, as you can understand that I am not well, so there will be
That's why.
an.
No, no. That's why I'm just pinging you. And now I'm free. Whenever you will be free, then ping me. I'll be
Sure, sure,
join.
sure. Okay. Bye for now, and please,
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thanks, Pratik. Thank you.
thank you. Bye.
That-